Hey, it's Valerie Ling here. I am a clinical psychologist and I'm also a business and leadership coach for private practice owners who are looking to build and scale their businesses so that you can essentially double your revenue, double your team, and reduce your operational load so that you get out of private practice jail into private practice freedom. Recently, I've been talking to people in my community who are really just starting up. They are on their way to growing their private practices, and largely because they have been inundated with referrals. Their marketing has been working for them, their reputation has been built, and the referrals are coming in, and there's nobody to see any of these people because their diary is packed. And so the thought of scaling comes to their mind. Recently, had a communication with one such of these private practice owners who said to me, I actually think that I grew too fast and I didn't have the foundations that I needed to actually build such that it wasn't a tax on me as the owner and that there weren't things to undo. And that is such a common thing that I hear. Now, even before we think about building operations and systems, because I think often when are thinking of growing our business, we think that we have to do it properly, right? When we are health practitioners, we're used to formulating, diagnosing, and putting a treatment plan into place and being exceptional and ensuring that that plan is world class, best practice, evidence based. And so we transpose that thinking onto our business. And what we do then is we actually try to formulate, diagnose, and analyze the treatment plan for our business. And we get really busy attending lots of courses, buying lots of professional services to make contracts and policies and procedures and to standardize and just put all of that into place. But I'd like to actually say to you that before you even do that, there are three foundational M's you need to really be working on. Think about this almost at a pre-contemplative stage. If you've done any kind of psychological counseling, you will know that a pre-contemplative stage is basically a stage of change when we're not yet going to make the change, but we're thinking about the thinking about it. No matter where you are in your business journey, can I suggest that you come back to these three foundational M's anyway? The first of these M's is your mindset. What is your mindset already? What is it like? If you're the type of person that gets really hard on yourself when rough times come, you just get more punitive and more critical about yourself. If you're the sort of person that actually uses a type of emotional reasoning, like you feel tired, it feels hard, and then you also allow a kind of catastrophic thinking to follow that things must be bad, you're failing, work is failing. If you're the sort of person who looks at very immediate data, like a diary availability or a cancellation spot today, and then find yourself worrying and obsessing about this for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, and finding yourself just then Googling a bunch of things or putting out Google ads to get more business. If you find yourself doing all of these sorts of things, it's a real mindset to look at before you scale your business. Right. So, this sort of patterns of thinking and responding are emotional response patterns or ways of believing that will not help you once you are managing others, having to market other people, having to manage other people's diaries, having to negotiate and navigate the types of decisions other people make that are not within your control. Instead, I want to suggest to you that the mindset that we want to discover and get comfortable with is the mindset that when we grow and when we scale, things will be messy. and that you can take small steps, make mistakes, and learn as you go. You will not be able to build the perfect business and then move in. You will have to move into a busy, dynamic, messy space and float above that and look in with curiosity, amusement, amazement, and hardiness. Some people call it that, being in business in private practice is a real roller coaster. Well, I think that is true. I think the mindset that helps us when we're growing a business is to actually step back from that roller coaster and be able to have a bird's eye views on the ups and the downs. What are those trends looking like? What are those patterns looking like? And to be able to build a mindset around that, that actually goes for optimism, that goes towards understanding that you can work things out. And here's the important thing, that it's actually really important to make mistakes, drop the ball in order to learn. In my early years of running a business, way back, I actually had to learn to be comfortable with first drafts. I was attending an author's conference because I like dabbling in a bit of writing, and I was baffled by one of the presentations of an author who basically said that once they finished their first draft of their book, they dragged the whole document into the bin, the computer bin, and then just started again because they believed that that first draft was not their best thinking, but it was the directionally correct thinking. And now they could restart and redo again. I return to that scene a lot of times in my business, and I say to myself, that was the first draft. It's okay. So, really having some time to scope out your mindset, already journaling now when you're a solo person or when you're a business that has not yet scaled, where are some of the mindset traps that you get stuck in? Because those will only amplify once you grow. So, mindset. Next is the motivation. Critical. When you are a solo healthcare professional or in your own private practice, your motivation is usually towards serving your clients really well, towards giving as best as you can. But can I say that some of that motivation may not actually be helping you because you may be burning out? You may be sacrificing yourself to serve your clients, not taking time off, really working even when you're on leave, responding to messages at all hours, piling up on paperwork such that your Sundays and your evenings you're catching up. If these processes are already in place, when you grow and when you bring other people on board, you're just going to continue and replicate that. And that is actually going to expand. Instead, we really want to have the type of motivation that is not based on perfectionism or self sacrifice. The motivation needs to come when we're scaling and growing our business to actually grow and expand our resources without burning out. We're consistently looking at ways to do that. Our motivation also needs to be to tolerate mentoring and developing and growing and leading others and not being fixated on the safety and security that comes from doing more, from you jumping in and fixing things, from you reacting and picking up the phone and trying to fix everything. Essentially, scaling a business, a healthcare business, means training, leading, developing, and growing others. So, you want to have a look at that motivation because it doesn't naturally flow on that. To meet more demand for your clients, you bring more people in and you'll just replicate the same way that you've been doing things. It doesn't happen that way. The next thing I want to say is your money mindset, if you like, or your money attitude or your relationship with money really needs to be investigated. If as a solo practitioner or as a small with a couple of practitioners on board, you are worrying about cash flow from day to day, if you're checking the bank account every day, if it really is not possible for you to forecast a 12-month budget, if you're finding that you are compelled to give away things free, if you feel dirty and you actually feel wrong about making profit, even as a solo person, this sort of relationship with money will not bode well as you grow your business. I'm not really a fan of flipping it the other way and saying it's about my worth, it's about my overheads, it's about, all the things that it costs me to give this service. Well, yes, but deeper than that, when people build businesses and when you actually listen to entrepreneurs as they give masterclasses, they don't think about money that way. Money is one of the many resources that are available when you are wanting to grow and give more products and to have a diverse way to serve others and to build a solid base in your business. Time is another resource. Creative space is another resource. Physical space is a resource, and money is one of those resources. Having a relationship with money as a resource in your business will really help you to loosen up some of those hard conversations you might have with yourself and others when it comes to talking about profit. But it's really important that once you decide that you're going to scale, that you have a proper strategy to grow your profit. You want to be able to get to a point where you've got at least 6 months of income in your bank account to buffer against cash flow fluctuations. You want to embrace that there will be cash flow fluctuations, that is normal. You want to get outside of paying your bills from day to day, from month to month, and to actually have all of that streamlined so that it is a fixed budget, fixed cash flow with a profit that's growing so that you have buffer for rainy days, buffer for cash flow fluctuations, and have a great indication that your business is actually sustainable and viable. Here are some of the reasons why this is really important. Nobody wants to join a sinking ship. If you're looking to recruit other people and they come on board and they feel the money stress and they feel like they're a hamster on the wheel, that they're going to need to run and pedal faster, they're going to have to worry about their cancellations, they're going to have to, go home and do marketing. That is not a wonderful place or an attractive place for someone to join. It's just not giving someone a sense that they're coming onto a world-class, stable business. You also want to get your head around money because you need to be able to see how your business is actually going to grow and be sustainable as it grows. Yes, expenses do increase as your team grows. The governance, the insurance that you need, not just your consumables, but all of the other things, the support structures that you need to come in. Your client management system will probably need to be upgraded. You'll need to pay for more users for your IT. You need to think a little bit more about cybersecurity. You need to think about actually getting the right legal advice and contracts done. So all of those governance requirements, as well as operational costs, as well as being able to pay people a salary that they deserve and that is competitive and that gives them a sense that they are being valued, those things come from growing your profit. Here are those hard numbers. If you are earning 150,000 and you are getting 4% or 5% profit at this point in time, 10% of 150,000 is 15,000. 5% is 7,500. You can't even afford administrative staff. If you bring someone else on and now they're going to earn another 150,000 and now your practice revenue is 350,000, well, you're going to be giving most of that away to their salary. And so you were getting 7% profit. You might, if you're lucky, get another 3,000 profit. That's $10,000. So now you've got two people in your team, increase in expenses, and you still can't afford to pay for an admin person. And if you do at that stage, what is going to happen is you're going to take it away from your salary packet and you're not going to be paying yourself. You're going to be giving of your income to give to others. And that's where it all ties in. The mindset for it, your motivation and your money attitudes, put that all together. If you don't look at that now before you grow and scale, you might land up actually resenting the business that you built because you're giving of your time and your money and your health to other people. And you're going to say to yourself, it just isn't worth it. So my top tips is start working on it now. Take stock of how you're thinking already in those spaces. Where is it causing you stress? Where is it causing you sleepless nights? Where is it actually giving you rise for anxiety and worry and discomfort? That's what you want to address now so that when you grow and you bring others on, you don't replicate those issues to your detriment.